welcome back to my little corner. Welcome back. Welcome. This is the high school advice for incoming freshmen, or honestly, for anyone in high school right now. Raise your, everyone, stand up. Raise your hand if you're going to high school. One, two, three, four, five, six. Right. Okay, step back down. Step back down. So I recently graduated high school as of 2 months ago. So I'm fresh. Like I'm fresh out the shower. We're baby. Don't play. But as I was here sitting and thinking, I was like, what if like I need to give my 2 cents to the world? I need to give my 2 cents to my little corner of the internet of what I would have done differently if I were to do high school again. With the knowledge I have now, how would I redo my high school experience? Thus, high school rewind. But just before we get into the podcast, I want to talk about a little bit of my day. What was my day like? Hot, extremely hot, sweaty, icky, and sticky. I woke up, I did some laundry, I helped clean up just a bit. I ate breakfast. What did I have for breakfast? What did I have for breakfast? I don't remember. Honestly, I don't think I ate. I don't think I ate. No, wait, I did. I did. I ate arroz con plátano. Ooh, I better not be booing. If y'all haven't tried it, don't be saying stuff. Don't be saying stuff. I like it the way I like it. I like with aguacate también. It's very good. I don't know. It's like a very interesting combination. For some people, they don't get it, but that's okay. That's okay. Hey, that's okay. So I did laundry, and then I tried cleaning the yard today. Oh, the night before that, they were like, there's gonna be a big storm. There's gonna be a big storm that's coming. I sleep in the basement, so I'm just like, well, if I wake up and I see nature first thing, well, damn. Sorry, y'all. I was dead asleep. But no, everyone was talking about, there's gonna be a big thunderstorm, like another derecho in the Midwest. I'm like, whew, y'all stay safe. I'll be in my bed. And let's just say I didn't fall asleep till like 2 a.m. I've been waiting. I was just waiting. I was writing my script actually, and I was like, did this story pass? Went and checked on my weather app, and it shows a timeline of like the timestamps of where the storm is like at. I checked, girl, that storm done past us. I'm like, well, I hope my family is still alive up there. The next morning, yes, they are. We're all safe. We're all we're all chill. We're all good. But yeah, I tried mowing the lawn today. Could not do it. Could not, for the life of me, could not finish the whole like our whole property basically. Just because with our lawnmower, because of the grass, because the grass is wet, it gets stuck, and then it piles up where it's supposed to be like shooting out, and then I have to stop what I'm doing, take out the grass, and then keep on mowing. But this just kept happening, and just kept turning off. I'm like, you know what? Another day. That is another day's problem. At least I cut the backyard. But yeah, that was my day, and then I tried showering. Cold, cold Arctic water. Cold. It was I think it's the heater or the boiler. It's one of the two. It wasn't turned on, so I had to kick it back on. But it's been like an hour, and it still hasn't heated up anything. So I will be showering right after this to see if it's. No, I gotta get this grime off. I gotta get this sweat off. But the moment y'all been waiting for. This be a bit long, but we got it. We got each other. We got each other. Hey! Okay, vocab time, vocab. Freshman is ninth grade. Sophomore is 10th grade. Junior year is 11th. And senior year is 12th. And if you're a super senior, ooh, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. But freshman year. First tip. You're transferring from the middle school to a bigger building. I'm telling you, it's a whole different environment from what your middle school was. So for my community district, like the school district, it goes from elementary, pre-K to fourth grade, and then intermediate, sixth grade to fifth grade, and then middle school or junior high, whatever y'all call it, which is seventh to eighth, and then we have a normal 4 year high school. It is a different type of feeling. Like there are just so many people you can interact with, but there's also so many people you shouldn't be interacting with. Like you have more of opportunity of being yourself. This also depends on how big your high school is. If it's like a small class, like by class I mean your year class. If it's a small class and you're gonna know everyone. But if you're a bigger class, kind of like mine, I think mine was like 500, 700. Honestly, I don't know the number. I don't know everybody. Like, I know, like, sometimes I'm walking down, going to the art room. And I'm like, who is this person? Like, this is the new character in my story. Who is you? Like, there's different realms, basically. But freshman year, my first tip of advice. Also, I don't have this arranged perfectly, but okay, so how I wrote this actually is there's gonna be certain advice for certain years, but there's also gonna be bits and pieces of advice that can apply at any time, at any year, at any time. So put on your seatbelt, y'all, because we about to go on a ride. Your freshman year. First tip: be nice to your teachers and staff members working at your high school. I mean it. Be nice to your teachers. Sometimes it's like what, their 20th, 30th year teaching. Maybe it's their first year teaching, or maybe they were traumatized by their previous school or something. Always be nice to your teachers. They're at the end of the day, they're people too. Also, this is like my biggest pet peeve. You know that pet peeve of like you not thanking your waiter at restaurants? Do the same in the high school building. Not just to your teachers, to the secretaries, to the lunch ladies, to the janitors. Because they're really like keeping you safe and keeping the school like that's the backbone of the school. Like without them, you will not get a proper education. You will not get a proper education, and you have to thank them. You and any language. For me, I always thank my lunch ladies. I'm like, oh, thank you. You have a great day, or gracias, que tengo un bonito día. Oh, buenos días. Like, it doesn't also have to be a thank you, though. It is a really strong word, thank you. Like, use it a lot. But a good morning. How are you? Buenos días, ¿cómo está, señora? Simple phrases goes a long way. Like, trust me, do it. Like, it'll change your life. It'll change your outcome of high school. Just like those small like those small wordings can really make a positive impact on your day and their day. Also, they'll also do favors for you in the future, but we'll get back on that later. But remember, teachers, staff members, they're all people at the end of the day. So just treat them with respect. Take advantage of the time you have. Guys, I know entering freshman year is like stressful and like, oh, I have this assignment, I have this. When I look back at my freshman year, I had so much time. I had so much time for my homework, for my extracurriculars, to do my little favorite hobbies, maybe doom scroll on TikTok. But for freshmen, I think freshman year is the year I had so much time to myself, and I wish I'd taken advantage of that. What do I mean by taking advantage? What I mean is like practicing studying skills. Go on Google, go on YouTube, research studying skills for certain topics. Certain subjects will require different types of studying skills. So for English, maybe it's you read a book every 5 minutes a day, or you write a letter to yourself, you journal. And for like science or history, maybe it could be flashcards. Like you need to memorize certain things for the class. For math, it'd be doing the actual practice problems. Because if you don't practice, how are you gonna get better? The freak. But yeah, practice study skills for certain subjects because down the road it'll definitely help you to graduate. So we're just interrupting. We're just interrupting. Guys, so even though I sleep in the basement, the direction I'm facing is the main road. Not Main Street, the main road of my neighborhood, and they go wild. Because there's no stop signs, so they go. So if y'all hear car noises, that's why. Where was I at? Oh, it'll definitely help you at your senior year. It'll even help you if you decide to go to college. Girl, it'll help you there too. Period. Also, if you're a freshman, try finding a part time job in your local hometown. Maybe, like, I know for most freshmen, I think you guys are 13, 14, 15, around that age range. So there's not as many employers hiring. But to the ones that are, girl, apply. Apply. Your best shot is to apply and they say no. Literally, that's the worst that could happen is that, oh, you're not qualified. Oh, okay, that's okay. But if they do hire you, their hourly pay rate will be low, but it'll be worth it. Like trust me, if you land a part-time job at your age, like it'll help you in the future. Which goes on to my next step. Don't spend your money right away. Find a local community bank and open a checkings. Listen closely. Open a checking and savings account and possibly an emergency fund, but the savings and emergency fund can be like on the same account. What do I mean by this? Go to a bank. Well, yeah, go open a bank account before you apply for a job, just so that when you go apply and they say yes to you, they need certain information from you, and so you already have that information established. Don't play. So what I mean by don't spend your money. When you get that first paycheck, don't spend it. Just don't. I know it's very exciting, like, yeah, I get to buy myself like new skincare, new bags, new clothes. Like, that's very exciting. But girl, after you spend, where's the money? What money will you have left? So once you get that first paycheck, you can leave it in your checkings account, or even better, put it in a savings account. I think it's better now. Like, if you got the job now, I think it's better to start saving for the future. If you want to purchase a car, if purchase a laptop, purchase a house. I'm just kidding. In this economy, purchasing a house, I don't know about that. But purchasing a car or a laptop, or saving it towards your college funds, or saving it honestly for the future. But open those two accounts. Why I say local community bank is, um, for me, I opened one with like my first bank account was a bit like national, like I think every state has it. And okay, side rant. My first bank like scare was one day I was gonna go buy my laptop and I had the money. I had the money on me. I just didn't take it out in cash, which is the dumb idea. So when I went to go pay for the laptop, my card declined. I'm like, oh, like what's wrong? I opened my bank account app and someone had taken $30,000 from my bank account. What? What? So yeah, I was very scared, and because of that scare, I immediately went to fix it. I immediately called my parents. I'm like, "Mommy, no tengo dinero ni nada que." Like, I called my parents right away, and I was like, "Hey, this is my situation. I don't have the money. I had the money, but somehow it's gone." So we went to the bank, we fixed it, and then just a couple days later, I went to a local community bank, and they have treated me so right. Maybe, kind of. They've treated me so right, and they're easy to access. I'm able to like, so for my savings account, I'm able to like increase like with the money I put in, they'll like take a share of it, but then put in like a couple cents a month. Like it'll grow. Trust, it'll grow. But they've treated me so nicely, and then recently también. So once I had to close that bank account down and then open a new one, and that's where I get my paychecks through. One day I went to look back on the app, and a good chunk of like my payment history was gone. So my paycheck was gone, the money I spent was like that type of history was gone. I was like, okay, so what's up? What's up? So currently I'm in the process of closing that bank account down and just being more dedicated to my local community one. Trust. But yeah, that's why I say local community bank. They're easier. They're local, girl. They're local. With a savings account and emergency fund, I know that pay rate is low, but it's best to start putting money in bit by bit. Like a poco poco, it goes a long way. Trust. So like it could be a $20 a week, or $20 2 weeks, or $100 per month, based on what you can give to yourself. Like think of it as a gift. You're putting it for you. You're putting it for the future. But yeah, trust it'll gain interest over time, benefiting senior year or even college you or adult you. So trust and believe. Next point, kind of, join clubs and organizations. I cannot stress this enough. Like, because you guys have so much time, go out and explore these clubs. You don't, how do I, como se dice, like, this is your time to explore what you're interested in. L- Rewind that. What you are interested in, not what your friend is interested in, because high school is a different level of friendship and people. So join a bunch of club and organizations, and then just like show commitment, of course. Don't be shallow, but acknowledge that you may drop some in the future and you may commit to some in the future. But this is very much the time to explore what you are interested in. Also, start hanging out with friends. This looks very different based on certain people. I am a Latina, I am morena, and I am also a first generation. So, like, trying to convince my parents that to hang out with some other people, it takes a lot to convince them. But con tempo, if you give them trust, if they trust in you and you earn that trust, it'll become way easier to hang out with your friends. Obviously, be smart about it. Don't be dumb about it. Don't be late. Don't be like if they give you time to come back, show up 15 minutes before. Like you're showing trust to your parents that you can hang out with this person again. So trust, hang out with your friends. It could be like right after school, or it could be during the weekends. Yeah, like begin, start building that social life. Still prioritize your academic life, but it's important to also have a social life as well. Next point, complete your gen eds. Just do it. It's not that hard. When I look back in freshman year, those classes were easy. Like just because I passed them also. But those are like my easiest classes. Like the lowest grade I got my freshman year was a B, and that was science. And I'm not that great at science, but I still persisted. I still ate that down. Baby, are you down? No, 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 no. Freshman year is not that hard. I think it's only hard if you make it like dramatically hard. But it's not that hard. You sit, you listen, you do the practice problems, and you pass. Period. Don't play. These gen eds, if you fail these gen eds, they will bite you in your tushy. In the future, they will bite you back because you need these. Oh, by gen eds, I mean general classes. So, like your math courses, your English courses, your history, those are all required. You are required to take those classes because they want to build a well rounded student. Once you get into like the upper grades, like junior and senior year, is when you start taking more electives, but really focus in on those main requirements so that you can complete them and move on to electives. I also include this as a gen ed. For some school districts, it is required of you. For colleges, they will look at this, trust. Take a foreign language class and stick with it or choose one that interests you. By foreign language, this means like a secondary language, a third language you want to learn. For some school districts, they have lots of options. For some, they have very few. For my school district, we used to have French. Now we don't because we don't have a French teacher. So the main one is Spanish because my community is mi gente latina. Eh, so we do have a lot of Spanish classes, and it ranges differently. So there is basic Spanish for Spanish beginners, and you advance to that. And then there's heritage Spanish speakers, so like como yo, como soy morena, I already speak Spanish at home and outside of school, so that's the type of course I would be taking. And then for my school district, it's a little bit different. We do have one school dedicated and bilingual teaching, so they will teach in Spanish and they will teach in English, and that program starts at elementary and will follow you throughout your intermediate year and middle school year. And once you reach high school, it is encouraged to stick with that program. And I think the the class was called like dual language or something like that. But you're advancing your Spanish day by day. Like trust, take a foreign language class. It will it will benefit you in the long run. Next point. Begin taking driver ed courses to get that driver license that same year or the next year. So even before that, I would say if you're an eighth grader listening to this or a seventh grader listening to this, try practice start taking that permit like practice exam just so that you can get your permit and then you can do driver license once you reach the high school. I say this because for me, I did get my permit in eighth grade and then I did take driver ed classes. I passed the classes my freshman year. The thing is, I was so filled with anxiety being put behind the driver's wheel, and I let that anxiety get to me, and so I just didn't drive, and that did bite me in the tushy. And I'm learning slowly now, but if I knew how to drive back then, it would really benefit me towards the end of my high school experience, and now honestly. But yes, I know it's scary. I know it's very nerve wracking, but you have to try. If you don't try, ¿cuándo vas a empezar? Like, you know. Damn, y'all, I did not drink soda. I did not drink anything carbonated. I don't know why I'm burping now. But I know it's like such a scary thought, but you should not let that hold, like, take it from me. Someone who let anxiety get to them, don't allow anxiety to get you. Like, trust. Like, breathe in, feel, touch the grass, feel the earth, and you will get through it. Trust. My sister, she did it. She got through it. She can drive now. But yes, start taking those driver ed classes, like in-person classes, and in the driving experience. Try to find someone with a car, like specifically your parents, if not an older cousin, un tío, tía, someone older above the age of 18 with their with a valid driver license, and have them take you around. Well, you're gonna take them around, but bit by bit, practice con práctica, you will get ahead. Trust and believe. This is one where I feel like people. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! How do I? Sorry. Oh my god! I literally saw a spider crawling on my wall. It fell, so hopefully it did not come back up. But sorry about that. But this one, I feel like people find it cringe or like, no sé cómo se dice, but asking questions. I hate when people diss on other people. Wait, hate's a strong word. I dislike when people diss on other people when they raise their hands, asking a question. For the people who think it's dumb, you're the dumb one, actually. You're dumb. And for the people who are afraid to raise their hands, honestly, you're doing a bigger favor to everyone else than to yourself. Porque I was a student, I would not ask a question and I would be lost. Just because I felt like, oh, this kind of falls in of like afraid of being wrong. It is okay to be wrong. Asking questions is how you learn. It's how you become present in class. If you just go to school, you sit there, take in the lesson, and don't ask any questions, why are you in school for? Why are you in school? Like, at that point, don't even go. Just watch a video. Asking questions is how we learn. And I really practiced this my senior year. And it doesn't have to be like school related question. It could be like any question of any type. Teachers went to school to help you answer the question you're asking, basically. So by really like sometimes it is nerve wracking, but you have to push yourself. So you have to become uncomfortable to become comfortable in asking questions. That's my biggest advice for you. Always ask questions. No question is silly, no question is dumb. A question that's irrelevant, why are we asking? But always ask questions. Those are your besties. Questions are your besties. Stick by them. If you have a question, oh my god, despite I just throw it in my bed. Well, damn. Always ask questions. Like, I cannot stress that enough. If you have a question, the person next to you probably has a question. No one is smart. No one knows the answer unless you ask a question. Period. Point blank, period. Next point. Hold down friendships and create new ones. This means like surrounding yourself with like-minded people with their own character. And this way, you become a better person. Your middle school friend group will change, even throughout high school, and that's okay. Como your besties from middle school will change once you enter high school and will change after that too. And that's okay. And I think people find it hard to let go of something like very dear to them. Like these are people you just met and you're making bonds. But also acknowledge it will change just because you're entering a new environment. And there's tons of more people outside of your friend group that honestly really want to be your friends or you want to be their friends with. There's more people to explore with, is what I'm basically saying. Como for example, a friend who wants to skip class for the fun of it, should not be your bestie. I'm sorry. Hey, I'm gonna say straight up. Someone like for me, I really care about academics and my hobbies. So if a friend like wants to skip badly and is trying to encourage me to step away from my core, I don't think that friend is meant. I don't think we're meant to be friends. And so I'd slowly let go of that person just because that's not the type of person I want to be at the end of the day. The people you surround yourself with will influence you on the type of person you'll be tomorrow. And you know what? Shakespeare said that too. Shakespeare said that. Write that down. Pray to it. Do what you gotta do with that. But find a friend who like attend classes and takes their education seriously. A lot of some people, some not a lot, some people did not take education seriously in my class, and I'm just like, how are you gonna be and given this opportunity and not take it seriously? Sometimes school isn't even for people, and that's okay. But for people who are given the opportunity and are making good use of it, why are you there? Why are you like? That's not the type of person I want to be associated with. Said it. I said what I said, and I meant what I said. Like, find people who are dedicated, who are committed. It's kind of hard for like freshmen to like find that person just because you guys are growing. So find a person who is growing, and it doesn't have to be such a linear growth of like, yeah, stock markets, look how high up. No, it's growing. Maybe it could be growing slowly on a different path. There's different paths of growth. But find those people with those energies and stick by them. Don't mooch off of them. There's a difference. There's a difference. There's a difference between befriending a person and growing with each other and separated. And there's a different kind of friendship, which I like to call a parasitic one, which you attach yourself to a host and you suck up all their energy, all their aura, all their personality to leave nothing. Like, that is not a friendship. That is parasitic. Find a friendship that you guys are both your individual people, regardless if you guys are together or not. Because trust me, friendships don't have to look like you're always together. Relationships don't have to be like, oh, we're always next to each other. No. You guys, at the end of the day, you guys will have to go home, go to work, and be your own people. But when you come back together, you grow from it. And that's what friendship is, basically. But yeah, like a beautiful friendship is where both of you give and gain and grow from each other. Period. This next tip goes back to asking questions. It is okay to fail. Now, I don't mean it's okay to fail your classes. I mean it's okay to try and not get it right because you just have to try again and again, and that's the fun of school. In my head, that's the fun of school, that I get to ask questions, I get to do research. Even though I'm not the biggest science person, I get to experiment looks very different. It's not just a science. Experimenting in your classes, experimenting how a word can affect a sentence and your story during English class, what certain techniques you can apply to your art piece, how can it change the whole thing? Basically, what I'm trying to say is try. Try. If you're wrong, learn from it and grow from it. Don't fail your classes. Don't fail. Don't get your D's, don't get your F's. Avoid those as much as you can. But put in a bit of elbow grease. Teachers will notice that. If you're not trying, they're not gonna notice you. I'm gonna be real honest. If you don't try, you're not growing. But if you try and you fall down, stand up. Stand up, start walking, start running, start jogging. You have to take the next steps to grow. If you fail and you just lay there, girl, you're not gonna do anything. That's no, no, no. So try failing, not failing. Try trying, and if you fail, that's okay. You just gotta learn from it. The education system in America wants to train us, the future generation, to think simply and follow directions. You should be asking questions. You shouldn't be tasked. For an example, you are an employee and an employer tells you just to press a button and you follow it and you just press a button. You're not asking questions. What happens if I press the button? What do I gain from pressing this button? Why am I pressing this button for you? Why aren't you pressing? Like, you have to ask questions. You have to try. You have to fail too to grow and learn. Because America is trying to train us to be simple minded. And you should not go, you should not strive for simple mindedness. You should strive for creative thinking, for creative solution. You have to be diverse in a way. Don't find a one fit solution for something. Try to find different solutions to confront the problem. Always ask questions, but if your teacher gives you a certain instruction, just follow it. Follow the teacher's instructions, but be confident in your question as well. If you're just being rebellious to be rebellious, just stop. You're wasting everybody's time. You're wasting your time and you're wasting a teacher's time. Like for math, if the teacher shows you a specific way to solve a problem, follow it. Follow those steps to solve the equation, but also ask questions on why this step works. Do y'all see? Do y'all see where I'm going with this? Right, right. Next point. Talking about asking, ask for help. Schools are full of resources to help you, the student. If you're not asking for help, again, you're not learning. Like, school is there for you. Like, this is a good point too. Try finding an adult you feel comfortable with talking to. It doesn't have to be one of your it doesn't have to be your math teacher. It doesn't have to be your PE teacher. It doesn't have to be a counselor. Find a teacher you feel confident and comfortable to talking with. They are there to support you. For some students, they find more comfort and solace and a coach than a teacher. Find that trusting adult and it'll really benefit your high school experience. For me, it was my pottery teacher and my counselor. Not my counselor assigned to me, but a counselor there at the high school. Like, it really helped talking about like the stresses of my life or what's one positive thing that happened through my week. It really helps out. Like socializing in that type of way really helps out. But always ask for help. Always ask for help. Ask your peers for help. Ask your teachers for help. Ask other teachers for help. Don't think just because, oh, I'm an artsy student, like I can't ask for help from it. Like, always ask for help. Even if they're not your teacher, always ask for help. They're always there to help you. My next tip, this is for if you don't land a job, basically. Kind of. Volunteer. Volunteer. For my school, if you earn over 200 service hours, so it's like volunteering in your community, we receive, towards graduation, we receive our silver cord. And that's completing over 200 hours of community service. Not community service, but service to your community. And you could also win scholarships or win certain awards based on your volunteer hours. For me, what motivated me the most, but also helped me, was building connections to my school and local community. By volunteering, say your guidance counselor made a post like, hey, we need volunteers to help set up for this event. Sign up. Sign up, record your hours on a Google Doc or paper, because you don't know who's going. You don't know who will be there, which adult will be there. But by going there, by being present and showing up, you're already showing that you're a dedicated student, you're committed, you gain their trust, you are hardworking, and you also get to build connections with other students or adults. So for my school is really connected with the local community. The public library will reach out, hey, we need these volunteers for this certain event. And by signing up, you become part of that community. Trust, it will help you. For me, I got to see different parts of my hometown and how to work this system. For one, organization. I didn't volunteer, but I signed up to be part of a cabinet position. Basically, we were granted like a pot of money, and we had to allocate this money to the county. And through that, I got to see different parts of my town that really need financial support. Like it is like an eye opener. So by also volunteering, I also volunteered. I was at my local like public library. I got to meet the librarian. We're really close. Like, hey, we sent messages. I also volunteered at like soup kitchens, and it's a really eye opening experience. And you get to see the people you don't really see often. It's just a really wonderful experience. Like volunteering for me, I'm very a service oriented person. I just loved helping people because it made me feel good. But I also know it'll benefitly impact the person or organization. But sometimes it's a bit hard to know where to volunteer. So I made just a mini list. You can volunteer at a public school. Oh, wait, what I mean? Wait, sorry. You can volunteer at a public library or a school library. For public libraries, it may look different. For my public library, they do take in volunteers, help them sort out books, help them like know how to organize events, how to check in, check out books, and that those skills will help you if you want to apply there. Like if you volunteer at a public library and you want to apply, you have a greater chance because you already know those skills, like trust. Or a future employer at a different job you're applying for, they see you have those skills, they're gonna hire you. They're most likely to hire you than somebody else who doesn't have those skills. As a school library too, like everybody is always looking for help. So by just saying, "Hey, I'd like to volunteer. Do you have any volunteer opportunities?" Bam, you just put your foot at the door. You got a seat at the table. Next one would be like volunteering for your school's main office or counseling office. What we have is like office runners and counseling office runners. Basically the same thing. Since my school is pretty big, they had volunteer students. Say a parent called last minute like, "Hey, I need to take my child out for a doctor's appointment." The main office will write a slip for their excuse. They are permitted to leave the building. So student runners will take that slip and find the class, deliver it to the teacher, and the teacher delivers it to the student. And yeah, like those are office runners. Like or any important like papers, they'll take it to teachers or the main office. Great stuff, great stuff. Volunteering for nonprofit organizations, those really will like change your worldview. Those will impact you the most just because you're sitting at the table and you're just listening. Think as volunteering as listening and then speaking because you're gaining these insights, you're gaining these perspectives to grow. One, you can also volunteer in your churches. I also mentioned this one, soup kitchens. Soup kitchens are great. Like they will thank you. They will appreciate your help and feeding the community. There's also one animal shelters. I want to do this badly. I haven't done it yet, but that's just because my animal shelter in my county is a bit far from my hometown. But animal shelters are always looking for help. If you're a dog person, if you're a cat person, if you're an animal person, check them out. Call them. Call your local animal shelter. Hey, I'm a freshman. My name is this. I'd like to volunteer. What hours? Honestly, also talk to counselors, talk to teachers, see if they have volunteer opportunities for you. This next one is a bit complicated, but it's basically thinking about your future. I'm smart. I'm just a freshman. I don't care. I don't care. By this, I mean you don't have to select your major now. You don't have to think about college. You don't have to think, okay, what job will I have once I graduate high school? By think about your future, ask the questions of, do I want to live comfortably? Yes or no? Or do I want to live lavishly? Yes or no? Like, what kind of lifestyle do you dream of? What kind of lifestyle do you want for yourself? For me, I want to be a farmer. Hey, I want to be a farmer selling at the farmer's market with my chickens and my plants. Oh, girl, I love plants. I love plants. Like, I want to be kind of secluded, but be part of a local community. That's my dream of like retirement. Not retirement, that is the dream. And so I'm like, okay, what can I do? Oh, first step, maybe finish this assignment so I can pass the class and earn an A in my high school transcript, then graduate. Like, those are the steps you should be taking and thinking about. So like creating mood boards, but update it and stay true to it. Sometimes these dreams will change. They will change. Trust and believe they will change. So you always got to keep it updated. Like, what is your biggest want? Like, what is the end goal? But yeah, think about like going back to like, oh, finishing this assignment for the class. Think about taking AP courses or college credit courses. I know for schools, it's a bit hard for freshmen to take these advanced courses, but always talk to your teachers and support staff what you can do to advance yourself. Your education is on you. So you gotta advocate for yourself. Like, hey, I want to do this so I can finish this, so I can live like this. Y'all get it. Y'all get it. So for my school district, they're connected with a local community college here. So aim for that transfer degree. Some students are able to earn a college degree once they graduate high school as well, and it helps with saving money in college. Trust and believe. I I have uh tons of friends who've taken this course like pathway, and they have degrees. They earned a college transfer degree first, then their high school diploma. Eight down, eight down. And for myself, I didn't earn that transfer degree, but I did. I did finish all the gen ed requirements. So in high school, you already have to take gen ed requirements, but in college, there's also a more advanced set of general education requirements. And thankfully, I was able to complete those and pass, but now I just have electives, which puts money in my pocket for college, for a bigger university. But yes, explore those classes, explore those dual credit courses, because it will save you money and it will help you a lot in the future. It'll help you a lot. I just realized I was holding the mic so far away, so hopefully y'all heard that. Take dual credit courses. My next point relates to this: explore classes and electives. I know for some schools they will have the descriptions, like when you're signing up for classes, they'll have the descriptions based on maybe on website or on paper. If the description of the class sounds interesting, take it. Take it. Because there's so many times where I thought about taking a course and I wish I've taken some courses, but then I didn't and I missed out on opportunities. But there's also times, I think this happened to me once, I believe, where I've taken a class and I was like, oh, I'm not as interested. Drop it. I dropped it. I got a study hall. It helped out. Like, but also, don't overbook yourself. You will experience burnout sooner. So for my freshman year, I had like two study halls, not two study halls. I had one study hall one semester, another study hall the next semester. And it just helped me like turn to my assignments, work on my schoolwork. And then my sophomore year, I took I think 9 to 10 classes. No, 8 to 9 classes, and I was overbooked and I was already tired and exhausted. Like that was very interesting. I passed, but it was very interesting. I also, because I'm an artsy fartsy student, I like to be creative, and so I also decided to take a fashions course. And basically, it was learning the basics of sewing, basics of fabrics, the basics of fashions, and it's honestly it's a life skill. You gotta learn it. You gotta learn it. So I'd recommend taking that one. It was fun. Did I wish I continued it? Yes, but I wasn't looking for that because at the time, as I was taking fashion courses, I was also taking pottery courses, and pottery screened more than fashion. So I just took more pottery. But yes, um, take interesting classes, but don't overbook yourself because if you overbook yourself, you will burn your like you will be burnt out, and that is not a good feeling. This okay, this does relate. Take state testing seriously. It will determine, based on your school district, it will determine the classes you take. So, for my school, if you advance in certain subjects, they will highly recommend you or even place you in advanced courses to challenge you to see if you can grow. And that's the best part of state testing. I know it's boring. I know it's tiring. I know it's like, oh my god. Like, trust me, I've been in your shoes. I know the feeling. But by doing your best, by getting a rest the day before, by eating breakfast, it's not something you study for. So it's very like anxious. It's such an anxious feeling. But just Breathing, staying calm, and doing your best will guarantee you the highest scores. Trust and believe. My next tip of advice for freshmen, and y'all gotta listen up now. Y'all better listen now. Put your earbuds up, put the volume up. You are not a top dog. In other words, you are at the bottom of the high school pyramid. As weird as that sounds, so acting ignorant and oblivious will not get you anywhere. And you will mostly be looked at differently by upperclassmen and teachers. There's a difference between being extroverted like confidence and just extreme extroverted. If you're acting all that, you're not gonna get anywhere. You are freshmen. Like, what you should focus on is first impressions. Because if you start acting wild, if you start acting up, that's how teachers will remember you by. That's how students will remember you by. And that's hard to break out of. Trust and believe. That's hard to break out of. So just acknowledge, like, hey, I am a new student coming in. Maybe I should not act up like that. Be confident. Be confident in yourself. Confidence really shines through. But don't be all that. Trust and believe. And that's the end of freshman year.
Hey, my Shaylas. Hey, how are we doing? This is the outro of this video. Originally, the plan was to give you guys advice from freshman year to senior year of high school, but recording all the way to sophomore year, we're about to hit a 2 hour mark. I was like, oh my gosh. So I was like, okay, genius plan. Let's make this into two parts. First part will be freshman and sophomore. Next part will be junior and senior. I'm just finishing editing the freshman year audio. Oh my gosh. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna break this into a 4 part series, 3 part series. So hopefully you guys can keep a lookout for that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. But yeah, I've been not extremely busy, but I've just been busy. Like I have work and then like in between that I begin like organizing my items, organizing my stuff because I think as I've told you guys, I am packing for college. Don't play. She's getting a higher education. Don't play with her. So I'm in that transition. I want to get a better just a better mic before I go because literally I'm recording this on a off dupe earbud headphones whatever. So I just want to get a little mic on my phone because what if I'm like just walking around and I'm like, you know what? Let me sit down and talk. So I'm gonna get a little better mic, better quality, so you guys can hear me better. The audio quality is better. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the new little tweaks and designs. I hope you guys like the audio. YouTube, please don't copyright strike me. Please don't copy strike me. Please, 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 please. But yeah, you guys have a good day, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're else in the world. Bye bye.